And welcome to stage 10 of the 2011 Personnel Argentina-Chile Dakar Rally. We're heading back into Argentina. It's the Fiambula stage that claimed so many last year, and tricky conditions for both bikers and cars. Red Bull getting stuck in the sand. Let's have a look first at what happened yesterday. And the biggest news was in the truck section. The main challenger to the Kamaz mighty team is out.
The left turbocharger went off, so we were absolutely out of power. We lost a lot. I don't know how much time we lost, but I think it will be too much time because it was really difficult for us to catch so many dunes, and we will know what will be the final result, but it was disaster for us this day.
A big shame for Lopez. Here are two who we met the other day. Laia Sanz taking a roll in the sand. Remember, she's getting expert tuition from Jordi Alcaraz, a man who came second in the Dakar 4 times. This is her very first Dakar. She's 25 years old, and at the moment she's the lead female rider. You may remember that the stage started with a mass start, as is traditional in the Dakar. It was a mass start into this thick fog which always surrounds Copiapo's dunes. A difficult day again for Annie Seal. You may remember she was the lead woman after clutch problems. She's now dropped down the order. Another woman, Silvia Ginatelli from Italy, having to fix her bike en route, and just look how deep some of the sand was. Jean-Christophe Minard getting very stuck and nearly being collected by a fellow rider. In the quad section, it was Alejandro Patronelli who once again took victory by just 5 minutes yesterday. His lead is well over an hour though. And in the truck section, it was Kabarov who took the stage victory, just 7 minutes ahead of his teammate Vladimir Chagin, and that meant that Kabarov takes the stage and the overall lead back again. Just 4 minutes between the two Kamaz riders. It's fair to say, seriously tricky conditions in the deep sand. If you lack momentum, you're out.
La pompière? Non, je la tiens.
For today's stage, we're back in Argentina for the final 4 stages in the rally, but the sand continues. Last year, Fiambula was the trickiest day of the rally, and while the special is short, combined with a liaison, it's going to take a lot out of the competitors. We end up in Chilecito. 176 kilometers of deep sand and guaral, or fesh faced bikers and cars alike. It's known to be extremely tricky, also for navigation, due to the large dunes that are slightly covered in grass. Jonas Street was the first man on the road, but sadly, within 25 kilometres, he'd got himself lost. This a tricky place to come riding. Jordi Villadom's problems with his bike as well. So once again, it was Helder Rodriguez who is making the most of things, absolutely flying on his Yamaha, and throughout the whole stage was at least 2.5 minutes ahead of the rest of the field. That was until the final 10 kilometres of dunes, and yet again, like yesterday, he got lost. He's lost half an hour. Quinn Cody was another man to lose out in the final 10 minutes. He was doing fantastically well up until that point on his Honda. Fourth at waypoint 4, but well down once the stage finished. And so then to the same two at the front of the field. But do you know what? It wasn't that easy whatsoever. Mark Coma took stage victory. He took stage victory by quite a margin, nearly 10 minutes ahead of all the rest of his competitors. There is some question marks over the KTM engines. They're already on their third, we think. Remember, only 3 engines allowed. Still 4 days to go. Cyril Desprez, second today, but 9.5 minutes down after getting lost in the middle of the stage. Him and Verhoeven taking the wrong path and ending up in totally the wrong valley. After problems with his bike yesterday, Ruben Faria started well down the order. He was 26th by the time he got himself back to the bivouac yesterday. Today though, flying 13.5 minutes behind Coma. He was third in the top standings. Fourth was this man, Miran Stanovic. He has been threatening the top 4 for the last few stages, but always having a few gremlins by the end of each stage. We've not seen him in the top 10 before, but today he finished in 4th position. 21 minutes down though from the leaders. Francisco Lopez was having great speed on his Aprilia early on. Within 100 kilometres he was just 40 seconds off the fastest, and then problems with his Aprilia. This problem would only lose him 7 minutes. Thankfully he had his teammate Gerard Fares to help him out. That's what teammates are for. A problem with Chaleco's fuel tank. We're lucky because we fixed it and I was only 1 minute behind. I hope he doesn't get any more problems. The most important thing is for him to continue and to finish. Another new man to our programme finished just behind Chaleco Lopez. As I said, he only lost 7 minutes with that problem, but then navigational problems at the end. The dunes really hurting people at the end of this stage. He would finish just 20 seconds behind Stanovic, but that would be 5th place, 21 minutes behind Coma and Desprez, the men that he wanted to try and beat. Henk Koeneman, the Dutch rider, finished up in 6th spot. His rides for the old Team Repsol on a new KTM 450. And another man new to our programme, Javier Pizzolotto, the Italian on the Honda, finished up in 7th position, 22 minutes down, after great pilotage through the dunes at the end of the stage. He started well down the order, and therefore his time only cropping up at the very end, some 15 minutes after the leaders. Juan Pedrero was 10th. So another tricky stage here as we settle back down to Argentina. Here are the results then. Coma, Dupre, Faria, Stanovic and Lopez, your top 5. Coma now has an 18-minute lead on Dupre. It's looking very good for the Spaniard.
Bueno, una especial difícil, ¿no?
It was a very hard stage. You know, we know that the Fiambula is always hard, with lots of navigation, soft dunes, and a part in the Rio where navigation was very difficult. Yeah, I lost myself a little bit, but finally I had a good track and finished. Big mistakes. I was doing well up until about kilometre 120, and then I read cap 17, and it was cap 117. I was in the stones with Verhoeven. We lost him there. And then a new mistake. I was leading Mark and Helder, and I did a U-turn because I thought it was not the good way. And then I fell in a mud hole. Impossible to get out. I struggled with 10 minutes there. Helder, distraught again. It was a good stage for me until the end when I was with Mark and Cyril. I did safe navigation, but at 2 kilometers from the finish line, I missed a note and lost time in the Rio. What a bad time for Helder Rodriguez. There's plenty of fanatical fans in Chile, and they're here to follow 2 men. Felipe and Jamie Prohens.
Yo soy mochilero de él y él es mochilero mío.
I'm his water carrier and he is mine. We're a team, and the mutual aim is to finish. See, I'm the big brother, and the smaller one must obey the big brother, so I am boss. With both brothers racing in one of the most dangerous competitions in the world, it must put a real stress on the rest of the family. Yes, it's true, the family suffers. Once I was the only crazy one, but now we are 2 crazy people in Dakar. But actually, they don't really worry about us because we are 2 very responsible sons, calm, and we always take safety rather than a better place. And what about the attention in the Dakar as it runs through the Chilean countryside? Chile and South America generally really is a soccer place, but slowly but surely the Dakar is entertaining in the spirits of people, and its popularity is growing every year. Like many, Jamie and Felipe grew up with the Dakar, having watched it on TV. And as kids, they had dreams of taking part. It was a dream that I never imagined that I could actually be part of the race. But when the Dakar came to South America, it was an opportunity that we really couldn't miss. So what makes the word Dakar so special to these Chileans? It's the most demanding race for a pilot because it's not only a matter of driving, but you must be a soldier. You must endure to be a mechanic and to cope with thousands of different situations. The Dakar is on TV. It seems to be nice and clean, but in the middle of the desert, we really suffer. And with that, we bid farewell to Chile. It's provided us with a massive challenge, and we look forward to returning next year.